Welcome to Santos Brothers Eat, food worth mentioning.
Where Chef Jeff and his brother Kenny talk about their amazing adventures eating and tasting food that is so incredible, they have got to just share it with the world.
My mouth is salivating already.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos for Santos Brothers Eat, where we talk about food worth mentioning, and I'm here with my brother Chef Jeff. And for those of you that don't know, this podcast is all about me and my brother talking about food that we either love or is just worth talking about because it's either strange or, well, it's worth talking about because either it tastes really good or it's kind of interesting or strange. And we're going to be talking about some desserts, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we're a big fan of desserts. We have the sweet tooth as well. Like we mentioned before, like sometimes we like our meat a bit on the sweet side. So, we like our desserts. And that's what we're talking about today.
Absolutely. And so the first place that we're going to be talking about is reminiscent of, well, they're different, but it's reminiscent of Tiny Tom Donuts.
Yes.
Right? Over, if you visited the C&E or where else would you get Tiny Tom Donuts, Jeff?
Nowadays, you see Tiny Toms everywhere. Actually, I know the Ghost Kitchen has Tiny Toms. Any sort of carnival or anywhere in any fairground will have these mini donuts. And it's great to see the kids watch the machine make the donuts. And so they're always fresh. They're always hot. So this is like Tiny Tom's Donut. They're called Cops, Donuts, and Coffee.
Yeah.
We're guessing. We looked it up. They didn't explain why they're called Cops. Maybe just the association with cops and donuts and cops and coffee. But they're called Cops, Donuts, and Coffee. They have 3 locations, if I'm correct. There's one on Kensington Market. I think that's the original area.
Yeah.
And then the one I went to was on Adelaide. More downtown, Adelaide and Portland, or Adelaide and Spadina, that area.
Okay.
In town. So if you want to bring the pictures up, or if you want to bring the article up, actually.
Yeah. There we go. So is the article how you found out about it? This article on Blog TO? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually, it was Diana that found it. She finds a lot of our foods. And coincidentally, the day I went was actually National Donut Day. I believe it's June 7th, I believe it is. But anyway, it's a Friday. We've had San Remo, we've had other donut places, but this one caught Diana's eye. I think because it's just so unusual, like mini donuts. If you go look at the article quickly, they had trendy mini donut shop just opened a new location in Toronto.
Hidden location, It looks like it's behind Batty's, and Batty's there is I don't even know is Batty's a bar? What is Batty's?
Actually, this is I think it is a bar.
Yeah.
This is their 3rd location, right? This is more on the Don Valley Parkway, on the DVP east side, so along in Riverdale.
Nice.
So this is where their 3rd location is. Yeah. But they just make basically is this simple, I would say gourmet Tiny Tom's donuts. Nice. I'm not too sure what they do with the batter, but they make the dough is simple, is the same, I should say. And then they just it differently, like traditional cinnamon sugar or powdered sugar. And then they have a flavor of the week. And their flavor was cookie dough crumble.
Gotcha.
So basically what it was is, I guess, a caramel with chocolate chips and a bit of, I think, graham cracker crumbs on top of it, just making the crumble part of it.
And just like always, any article that we share or any websites or Instagram profiles that we're sharing on our podcast, they're all going to be in the show notes, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description of this video, if you kind of want to look on your own. They look really, really good. And so, here we are on their Instagram feed. Actually, we'll pull this one here. And so you can get boxes and boxes of this, of their mini donuts. Looking at this picture right now, we got 3 full boxes of all these different assorted, and the way that they look delicious, and they look, when you say gourmet, they're not just piled in there, they're placed nicely. You can tell that they did take their time for this picture. And wow, more than a dozen donuts per box because they are minis.
That's right.
Which is pretty cool. And so you ended up, what flavors did you end up getting, Jeff? Or actually, should we go to their website maybe?
Yeah, let's go to the website. So there's locations there. So Maitland is in Kensington Market. Maitland's in Queen and Broadview.
Yeah, Matilda.
Matilda. Okay. Thank you very much. And then Adelaide Street West. That's where I went to. Bloordale. Oh, they have lots more locations. Bloordale location. Oh, that's Lansdowne. So yeah, so that's their location. So yeah, there it is. Caustic cinnamon sugar or the OG sour cream frosting.
And they have a
And
weekly special, and then you can only tell their weekly special looks like through Instagram, but you could also click order here.
yeah,
And the order button, oh, there's the order button. Is that
right
going to work there? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
So
say
yeah,
you're
so
going to
choose
pick a
Adelaide. That's where I
location.
was. And then order pickup or delivery. And what's good too is that they take care of their own delivery, so there's no third party. So all the money that you spend is going to them. So yeah, so here's their sizes. Their 18-pack trio, or the hot box is 36, and then the 5-0, which as you can tell is 50 donuts. Good for bringing to the office, depending on the size of the office.
Be a superstar. You come in with 50 of these mini donuts into the office. For 50 of these mini donuts, would be $37.
Yeah.
And then there's all these. Well, do we have regular donuts too? Because there's a 12-pack for $9. Is that no? That wouldn't be.
No,
regular.
that's the
That would
minis.
be,
Yeah.
Those are the minis as well. And so lots of different. I mean, you can even get it in a box of 120. There's the Riot. My goodness, that's corporate only. So there's all these different things or different combinations that you can get. They offer coffee and even chocolate milk, it looks like, or strawberry milk too.
Strawberry milk from a private dairy called Sheldon. So that's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we got. So for National Donut Day, just for myself and Diana, we just got the 12-pack. We got 6 cinnamon sugar and 6 of the weekly frosting, which was the like I said, the cookie crumble.
Yeah. So absolutely.
Bring out the picture, Ken.
Yeah, we'll show that here in just a second. Here's Jeff's order. Yeah. Those look good. You got 12-pack, the cookie crumble and the cinnamon sugar.
Yeah.
What's nice about this is was that a caramel glaze? Is that what you said that was?
Yeah, caramel glaze.
Caramel glaze, and then the chocolate chips, they're just looks like they're freehand pour. Like you just kind of sprinkled those on top.
Not too bad.
It also looks like when they put that on, the donuts were still hot because it looks like they're a little melted.
They are.
It was really well presented here.
Yeah.
So very good.
So if you see on the bag, it says my name at 2:15. So I did pre-order. I was going off some guidelines and off other articles and reviews. They did say, and because it was National Donut Day, I decided I got to order ahead just to be safe.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did, because when I got there wasn't a line, and I was a bit early. I thought, maybe get there early, but they were still working on my order, and I'm glad I waited. I'll tell you why in a second, but we had some people come in and they asked, can I get some donuts? And they said, it's usually, depending on how many order, it'd be like a 30 to 45 minute wait. And I was like, wow. And the gentleman was like, okay. And then she said, but if you want to order 6 right now, I could give you 6 of one flavor only. And of course he goes, can I get 2 6-packs? There's no, only one 6. And I said, that's smart, So you got a 6, and I guess some were already waiting, or, I couldn't see behind the counter. So I couldn't tell how big or how many donuts they were making at a time. I don't know if that's a smart thing, or that keeps them busy, that keeps them, that keeps the customers wanting more, because they know they have to pre-order, they know they might have to wait. In fact, a couple came in just shortly after the gentleman did, and he said, I'll get 6 now, and then I'll pre-order because I have a meeting until 6:00 p.m.
Wow, he knew.
Yeah, he knew. Actually, no, he didn't know. He just said, after he was given the spiel of only 6 now. He was with his girlfriend or partner, and they said, can we get 2 6s? No, only 1. And then they said, let's get 1 6, and we'll order how many for 6:00.
That's cool.
But here's the prices there. 6 or 12, and then hot box of 36, and the 5-0, which is 50.
And here you are. Looks like you got a coffee as well. Did you get a coffee
as well? Yeah. I actually ordered a drip coffee.
Okay.
First, but then I noticed they had iced coffee, and it was quite a warm day. So I said, can I get an iced coffee instead? They said, yeah, of course you can. No problem.
Oh, nice.
And as Ken noticed, the donuts were still warm. And they're nice and melty. And they were still warm by the time I got home. And so Diane and I were able to share some donuts, a few donuts still warm when I first got home.
Well, we've talked about other donuts on the episodes before. Actually, what episodes have we talked about donuts on? Let me just check.
I think episode 1. I think San Remo was our first one, wasn't it?
Let's have a peek here. I actually have it. San Remo was episode 2.
Oh, 2? Okay.
Yeah, episode 2. And then we had Mochi donuts. Where are we here? It's some Mochi donuts, and I can't remember
That was
none
during
of
this one
those
of the
were.
festival. Oh, there it is. I see it.
What number?
22 or 20?
20. 20 is fried
Fried
chicken.
chicken. But there was donuts
Oh,
there.
oh, there are donuts. Oh, yeah, because there we had the Mochi donuts from the fried chicken festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. So different places,
Hmm.
and then we got donuts, obviously San Remo, and then we talked
Oh,
about
there's
donuts also for our Lamanas episode.
yeah, and then
And
dip
then that would be
donuts.
that would be season 2, episode 2.
Right.
Yeah, and dip donuts too. So
Yeah.
we've had our fair share
You've had our fair share of
of
donuts.
different donuts that you could have eaten at. So we're wondering, what would you rate these donuts at, Jeff? You want to
So
rate them together or separately?
no, I'll rub them together because again,
Okay.
they're basically the same donut,
Mhm.
and they just sprinkle them differently. So they have the cinnamon sugar, they have the OG sour cream cheese, and they have the weekly. Um, and honestly, I'm gonna rate them a 7. You know,
Okay.
like I said, we're all used to Tiny Toms, and they have that certain taste to them. This is just a bit elevated than Tiny Toms. I'll admit that. I'm not too sure how. Maybe the batter's different. They added more stuff to the batter to make it more gourmet, and it was nice to have the different toppings on top.
Typically, when you get a tiny Tom, it's dry, right? Because it's either powdered sugar or cinnamon sugar, that sort
Yeah,
of thing. What's kind
that's
of
right.
nice about this place is it looks like you can get something that's a little bit more gooey or wet,
Hmm.
kind of like the cookie crumble that you got. And I'm
Yeah,
sure if you got some sort of frosted, if it's frosted and the donut's still warm when they put that frosting on, it's so much better
yeah.
that way. I got to ask you, if it didn't have any toppings, do you think the donuts would taste good?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
good.
so. I think the cinnamon sugar um, is probably the closest it can be to almost naked donut
Yeah.
itself. Because you're getting by the cinnamon sugar once you get inside, whereas anything with glaze will sort of permeate a bit more. Um,
Very good.
yeah, and I apologize. I don't think it's cookie crumble. I think it's just called cookie dough.
Cookie
Um,
dough.
I'm
Okay.
not too sure where we got the crumble part from. Maybe some of the cinnamon sugar went on the other side. But yeah, like I said, 7. Like it's an elevated Tiny Toms, but still
Yeah.
good. And if you get them, make sure to get. If you're getting a lot, get a lot, but make sure you get a 6-pack for yourself because when they're still warm, they taste the best. You know.
That's a really good point. So if you're going to get it for the office, if you're going to order some, order a 50 pack or a 12 pack or whatever pack, if you're getting that for a party or for an
Hmm.
office or something like that, maybe make sure you get your little 6-pack for yourself that you can
Yeah.
enjoy right when you pick it up, like in the
Oh yeah.
car. And well, you may not eat all 6, with our
No,
small,
they're
but at
small.
least you can enjoy it. There's nothing like just a fresh donut that's straight from the fryer or from the
Oh yeah.
oven. So tasty. And so the reason why I even asked is like, would they be good without any toppings? Is because that's a really good measure of a donut.
Hmm.
You can make it taste good if you put enough toppings on it, but what if it doesn't have any toppings?
No.
And
Yeah.
so, so good. And so it sounds like you'd visit this place again, right, Jeff?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll visit it. Yeah. No problem at all. Like I said, there's
absolutely.
different locations, so you know, and look at the display they have. It's very professional looking. They take their time. Again, I see why some of the orders would take for 30 to 45 minutes because they're not just going to pile in donuts as best they can. They're still warm. They're going to lay them out nice and make sure they're presentable. You know.
Absolutely. So, and then, always you got to go to their Instagram to check out their flavor of the week. And
Hmm.
if you don't know the flavor of the week, it sounds like the cinnamon sugar is good enough. You can
Oh
just
yeah,
get that. So,
exactly
yeah.
right.
So you had some donuts that you'd visit again, and
Hmm.
then 3 locations for you. And then you went to mango-like desserts.
That is right. We
Yeah.
actually went and picked some stuff up. It was our parents' 53rd anniversary,
Yep.
and we decided to pick something up that was special. Uh, not just like ensaymada or something like that, but we thought something different and special. And they like mango,
Yeah.
and so do I. So does Kenny, and so does Diana.
Yeah.
So
Love our
we,
mangoes.
yeah.
And, this is not our first encounter with mango-like desserts.
No.
If those of you that may remember, this is season, oh, when was it? It was episode 20 of season 1, the Fried Chicken Festival. We had some Nashville hot fried chicken that was really, really hot. That was at Tokyo. What are they called, Jeff?
Tokyo Hot.
Tokyo Hot.
Yeah.
And awesome chicken sandwiches, but they're really spicy, and I had to go run to go get a mango drink for everybody.
Yep.
And actually, we'll just show the drink. I guess we could show that now. The mango drink that I ended up getting. Hold on a second. Why is that? There we go. See that double effect there? I don't know why it's happening. But that's the mango drink that we got. And that part of this mango drink is actually spicy as well. And we're going to talk about that. That's called the Mango Nada Supreme. It did calm our mouths down, but this straw here is full of spiciness, spicy and sweetness. Didn't know when I was eating it.
If I remember right, it's that straw is covered in tamarind.
Yes.
And then they added a bit more like sugared cayenne or sugared pepper to that to increase the level of heat to that.
Absolutely. It was a good drink, but just caught me by surprise. And here's a reminder. Here's an article from Blog TO talking about Mango's Desserts Cafe that puts mango in everything. They got 2 locations. They got the Kensington Market location, and then they opened up a Scarborough location, right?
That's right. So and look at that. Mango isn't everything. And these are the Altufo mangoes, the yellow mangoes, not the traditional red or green ones, but these are the sweeter ones called Altufo mangoes.
Nice. And if you're looking this on the Instagram, not the Instagram, but on the YouTube, or if you're looking this on video, we're actually watching a video. It looks like of the mango with sticky rice, and they just put this beautiful glaze on top. Yeah. Super, super tasty. And the way they presented it in that video was awesome. But let's have a look at I guess we'll look at their website. Yeah. So you can order off their website, which is pretty simple. They have actually a pretty vast menu for a place that's just desserts.
Yeah.
And they have, my goodness, they got the 2 locations, but there's different menus all across the top depending on where you're located.
Yeah.
You know, through Uber Eats or through, what's Ritual, Jeff?
Ritual is similar to Uber Eats. It's I think Ritual is more pickup than delivery. If I'm
Gotcha.
Correct.
We should know that, you know? And so really simple to order from. If you want to go to their website, just make sure that you choose the right location if you're doing a pickup, because you don't want to order from the Kensington Market if you're going to go to the Scarborough location.
No.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. So you ended up picking up, let's see, what is this? Oh, this is their menu. Yeah. So the menu. The menu is actually you could order for pickup. And you ended up getting, first of all, we got the mochi, right?
Yeah.
And you ended up getting the rainbow mochi and shortbread macaron. So
that's right.
Is that open
click
up
on there? And nice picture of that. So it's a 15-piece a tray. The mochis. So what mochi is, we mentioned this before. It's like a rice, not a rice cake. It's like a rice. It's very pliable.
It's almost like a. I was going to say it's a pastry, but it's not flaky like a pastry. No. But it's a rice dessert.
Rice dessert, yeah. So it's gluten-free. And each of the different colors of different flavors, like the pink is strawberry. Not too sure what the blue was. Purple was ube, and yellow, of course, was mango. But in the middle of each one of them was their sort of malted ball, sort of like a Malteser, but it was homemade inside. So it had a nice fruit flavor on outside, and nice crunchiness of the malted milk in the middle.
Yeah, really, really cool. This is actually what it looked like when Jeff brought it over here. So here's the mochi dessert or rainbow dessert tray, and I didn't realize that they were shortbread until I tasted them. I didn't read the description. I was like, this is not a macaron. This is shortbread, which I think is even better than macarons personally.
That's right.
So yeah, they tasted good. I would say that I had a chance. I don't think I tried the blue. I think I tried all the others, and the ube did taste like ube. The mango tasted like mango. The other 2 just tasted sweet. I didn't really have sense of flavor. What did you sense anything there, Jeff?
Yeah, like I said, I could only taste the mango and the strawberry one. The ube was a bit bland, and the blue one I wasn't too sure at all.
Oh, you tasted the strawberry. I didn't notice the strawberry. I could kind of smell it, but that's about it.
That's it. And
then out of I did like the shortbread. It was very well done.
So the thing I mentioned, the cookies actually came from Ida's Cookies. So I guess they're in partnership with each other to do stuff together. So, and I didn't mind the shortbread macaron. Like you said, I was a bit fooled because they said macaron, but then in the menu description it does say shortbread macaron. So it's a shortbread dough, but they just have the macaron shape to it with the buttercream.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I was thrown off, but I like shortbread more than macarons anyway. So it was kind of nice that I was able to have
Nice.
that. So, yeah. And then, so this up here is what's called, actually, why don't you tell them what it's called, Jeff?
It's called the Joe Louis Miso Mango.
Oh,
So yeah, and it's in their secret menu, which we found sort of cool. So yeah,
yeah,
there
we
it
were
is.
looking forward to every way. So it's an original Joe Louis, and Joe Louis, actually, our friends in the States might not recognize what that is. That's very Canadian,
Yeah,
but it is like, it's almost like Joe Louis is like a chocolate version of a Twinkie
hmm
sort of thing.
but shaped
And
like a moon.
yeah, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
shaped like a half moon, yeah.
hmm
And so they put the Joe, they use an actual Joe Louis, right? Like in there,
Um,
Jeff?
I
Because it
don't
looked
think
like it.
so. Yeah,
Oh
I think
no,
they called it that because in the middle was like mango and cream.
that's true. I was just wondering if
But
they just put that in there. But
oh yeah, no, you're right. No, created with a delicious Joe Louis sponge. So maybe it is a sponge.
yeah,
Cream
with
filling
a
coated.
vanilla flavored cream filling coated with a chocolatey layer, accompanied by freshly cut mangoes, mango
Yes.
puree, all in a bed of pillowy, dairy fresh, coffee flavored whipped cream, and wrapped in a delicate mango flavored MLD crepe.
Yes.
Yeah, that crepe was pretty cool,
Oh my
and it
God.
just held everything together. You can see in the picture here of how awesome it looks. And if you can't see the picture, either check the Instagram feed when this episode comes out, or check the video, because it was very well presented. And I liked the whole idea. I liked the name of it. I liked everything about it,
hmm
and just the novelty of having kind of like that Joe Louis flavoring, or Joe Louis almost branding associated
Yeah,
with it was
that's
really
right.
fun. Yeah.
That's right. So let's go to the picture, Ken, so they can see what it looks like, or for those that
Back
can see it.
back to the
Yeah.
picture, this picture, right?
And the one that's on the plate, next one.
Oh, that picture. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the one that's on the plate. This one here.
There we go. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, so basically it was a Joe Louis. And actually the mangoes were on the side, which I think I like good. I like good. I speak English good. I like better because or else the mangoes would have had a lot of moisture to it. So it would have, sort of wrecked that appeal of what you see now. So the mangoes we put in the side, were in a little cup. So after we cut it open, we just had put the mangoes on the side with the strawberry and then sprinkled some of the sauce. Yeah, there's the mangoes
Yeah, so
there.
there's a mango in like a little cup, kind of like, yeah, kind of like just on the side. And
hmm
it was very smart for them, because if you traveled, like if they just kind of poured that on top and you traveled with it, it just wouldn't present as well. It wouldn't look
No,
as good. Everything would get soggy, and it would still be edible, but it just wouldn't be as enjoyable of an experience. So
that's
the
right.
way
Yeah.
that they did it, we could cut it open here. Now, who did this picture? Was it Diana that did this?
Yeah.
Like cut it and everything?
Diana.
She did a really good job
Yeah, I'll
with
show it then.
this. Yes, she always does. And so just the way that everything's poured over, just taking a Joe Louis right out of the package, smothering it with the cream the way they do, and adding the
hmm
mangoes and putting it, inserting everything in that crepe. It was very, very well done. What would you rate? Let's go back to the mochis here, and the shortbreads, or the macarons. What would you give these in terms of a rating?
I think the mochis, I'd give them like maybe a 6. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they're more fashion than function. They're no more fashion than taste to me. They tasted fine,
yep,
but it was the fact that they looked cool. That is more of the novelty.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
and a little stickling point, like as you can see, each piece, the cracks, or I guess where they folded it over, they should have put those folds underneath on the plate so you can see you see the smooth side of the mochi, if there is one. I'm guessing there should be a smooth side of the mochi. Yeah, they should have presented it just a bit better. But yeah, taste wise as well, yeah, it wasn't really there. It wasn't really
It
there.
it was. I mean, it was kind of, the mango ones were kind of okay. There was a malted milk ball in the middle,
hmm
which kind of added a little bit to the texture. But it looks like a lot, but they're really small.
hmm
So, and it was $20. So I get why it costs that much. It's pretty
Oh
cool. It
yeah.
was a great presentation. They look great, but the flavoring just kind of was a miss for
No.
me.
Yeah.
I like the shortbreads a little bit more, or
Okay.
I keep calling it the shortbreads, the macarons, right? I like those a little bit more, but not much more.
No.
I just, if I want a shortbread, I would just go get some
Get
shortbread,
shortbread. Yeah. Exactly right.
And I didn't even notice the cream, to tell you the truth.
It was
I
just,
know I saw it, but it
yeah,
was just
just
cream.
basic buttercream in the middle. Like nothing really,
Yeah.
to write home about.
What about the Mango Louie or the Joe Louie Mango or whatever I forgot what
So
it's
yeah,
called.
so this is the main reason why we went there. It's the mango. I
Yeah.
give this like 8.5. Like I'm just amazed on the crepes and how well they were wrapped. And the crepes themselves, they held together. Um, but like I said when we first opened it, you can actually smell the mangoes
Mm,
like coming from this dish, and not just from the sauce, but from everywhere.
yeah.
And then yeah,
So,
and it
so
was
you
still
give it an
soft
8
when we
point.
cut it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
8.5. Yeah.
You give it an 8.5. I give it an 8, just a little bit
Okay.
lower. It was good. I'd get it again. And I think, if someone really likes mango, you got to take them here. You got
Oh
to
yeah.
take them there. And just talking about the crepes, Jeff is right. The crepes are pretty cool. And it's actually something that I would actually like to try more of, because they have a
Yeah.
whole, don't they have
A
like a
crepe
whole section
menu.
on crepes? Crepe
Yeah.
pockets, they're called.
Hmm.
And there's mango pockets, there's a strawberry banana, the blueberry crumble, the rainbow warhol, and then
Oh,
crepe
so
cakes,
so blue is
everything. I don't know.
blueberry. Okay, that makes sense.
Blue is blueberry. Now we know. Did not taste like blueberry. Just
Nope,
be
not at
aware.
all.
But it tasted good. I guess it
But look at this,
tasted
and
good.
and the mille-feuille crepes. Basically that's a lot of crepes stacked upon each other, and then they put
Yeah.
layers of other flavoring like cream or fruit. So yeah,
Yes, this would be a fun place. Now, the Scarborough location, is that a takeout only?
it is.
Okay.
And it's funny because so we're part of a Scarborough foodies group in Facebook, and when I mentioned where it's located, some people said, "Oh, I don't think I know that there's a food place there." So it is an industrial strip mall, if
Yeah.
that's the right term, and a lot of places were already closed because it was Sunday when we picked it up. Yeah, it was sort of weird because this was the only place that was open and that served food. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was weird. But like Ken said, so this menu's from DoorDash, but again, try to avoid the third party and just give them a shout, give them a call, or just message them directly and place your order. That way, all the money goes to them. They don't. There's no chance that they may be ripped off, or a percentage of money goes to these third party companies. If you're picking up, if you're
Yeah,
getting
we got to
delivered.
make that out. Yeah, because if you are getting it delivered, don't be afraid to use DoorDash, because those drivers, they're trying to make a living, and if they're actually providing a service, then go ahead and use DoorDash or Uber Eats
Mhm.
or wherever. But if you're going to pick it up, maybe just call them directly and put that order in, because then, as Jeff says, 100% of that money does go in. So to our friends that are DoorDash drivers or Uber Eats drivers, we love you, and we've used you, but if we're going to pick it up ourselves, we would rather just call the establishment on
Yeah,
our own, just to make sure that all the money goes to them.
that's right.
They're the one that's
And
making it. Yeah.
And because it is dessert, when I went there to pick it up, there is an option to just go there, go inside and order it, and then wait outside. Because most of it is already pre-made. Maybe the waffles aren't. Maybe they take a bit longer, but the mochi's already pre-made. The macarons are pre-made. The crepes they just made have just they might be pre-made as well. The pockets. Um, so it might take a few minutes just for them to plate in the packaging and
Yeah.
whatnot. So if you're picking up, either call them or just go there if you have time, um, and place your order then.
I want to point something out, is that because they're offering some mochi waffles. And
Yes.
for those people that don't know, mochi waffles are naturally gluten free.
Hmm.
So if you want waffles and you have some sort of gluten allergy or gluten sensitivities, then try Mango like desserts and get your waffles there, because
Yeah,
there's gonna
this
be
is the
no
way to
gluten
go.
there. And I didn't even know they offered these. I might try these next time because they look pretty tasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then if you just want a bowl of fruit, they have that too. They have a mango fruit bowl, that has like mango, obviously, and kiwi and strawberries. It even has dragon fruit. So there's a whole bunch of different things. And then even the mango nata supreme that
Oh
I
yeah.
had at the chicken festival,
Hmm.
the fried chicken festival. Here it is in all its glory. It's a chilled Mexican sweet and spicy smoothie with cut mangoes, fruit punch, and then lime juice drizzled and rimmed with a chamoy sauce, lots of tagine chili fruit seasoning. It just keeps going and going.
It does.
With the description. And so I like this place.
It is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that we kind of shot down the Mochi, but I do like the Joe Louis mango miso pockets. A little long on the name, but there's other stuff that I'd probably want to try. I mean, look at this mango cheesecake. I mean, that looks pretty good there, Jeff.
It does. Yeah. To me, it's the waffles and the drinks that would sort of get me. And they only have in these fruits with the in the sticky rice, I think it is.
Yeah.
Like pearls. Yeah. So like tapioca, basically.
Yes. Whew. Yeah, and like you think, oh, they have all these different drinks. It looks like a dozen drinks, like different flavors of mango or strawberry smoothies that you can get. So fun place, and you don't have to go to be in Scarborough to get it because they do have a Kensington location as well. They're on Augusta, I believe. All right, so that was this week's food worth mentioning. We talked about Kopp's Donuts, the mini donuts, and mango-like desserts. Both places we recommend. Depending on what you get, and we hope that you visit. And if you do visit, we would love to hear what your thoughts are on these places. And before I let Jeff sign off, I'm going to remind you guys that if you're getting value from our podcast, whether you just find it entertaining or you like our recommendations, then we invite you to do something super simple. We invite you to either like, subscribe, share, or comment. It's a super easy way, and it's a simple way for you to support our podcast and to do so for free. Isn't that right, Jeff?
That's right. And of course, if you have any recommendations for us to try, please message us or put in the comments of the YouTube as well, or DM us on Instagram. And like from this quote from Julia Child, people who love to eat are always the best people.
Yes, and that of course includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm his brother, Kenny Santos, and you as well, if you love to eat food worth mentioning. All right, thanks a lot, everybody.
All right, take care.
Nice.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.